ओके, तो शर्लॉक होम्स को कंटिन्यू करते हैं। और लास्ट टाइम क्या हुआ था? लास्ट टाइम क्या हुआ था मुझे खुद नहीं याद है। मुझे नहीं याद है खुद भी कुछ। कंटिन्यू करके देखते क्या हुआ था, मुझे खुद याद नहीं है। कंटिन्यू। फक, मैं भूल कैसे सकता हूँ लास्ट टाइम क्या हुआ था। Each time you complete an observation of a person, a brief summary appears. Okay. हम्म। अभी तक केस फनी चल रहा है। हाँ। ओके।
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
स्कॉटलैंड यार्ड ही जाना पड़ेगा। लायम हार्टली से ही बात करनी शायद से, जो सस्पेक्ट है हमारा।
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what were you doing at Woodman's Lee?
Woodman's Lee? I've never been there.
The second pair of boots that you had with you when you were arrested perfectly match the footprints found near the cabin where Peter Carey was murdered.
Footprints? That's your proof? How many men have boots like mine? That doesn't make me a murderer.
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
वो तुझे पता होगा। मैंने चूज किया नो।
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
टोबैको पाउच नहीं होगा, वेल केप्ट गार्डनर ही होगा।
Because you are the gardener at Woodman's Lee.
I'm not. How did you...
I
पकड़ा गया।
observed your hands. They told me that you work with the earth. Small fragments of plants snagged to your trousers indicate that you were mowing very recently. But the most obvious clue presented itself in the bird embroidered on your handkerchief. A crested tit, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, you got me. Yes, I am a gardener, and I went there to get my tools.
अच्छा।
So tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what did you hide?
Hide? What are you talking about?
इसने क्या हाइड किया? शायद से हर्टलीज लेटर फटा हुआ।
I did as you asked and hid them well. Should I continue?
अच्छा,
My letter?
केमिकल से।
But the ink? That's impossible.
A touch of chemistry, nothing
केमिकल
special.
से।
Well, you're a smart one, but it's nothing. If you want to know, I was referring to my tools. It was to do with my work, see?
I will check that, Mr. Hurtley. That's all for now. Hurtley's stories are false leads, but now I know one thing for certain. I must examine the site where the garden tools are kept at Woodman's Lee.
एक सेकंड रुको ना। मुझे एक चीज़ चेक करनी थी, एक सेकंड। एक सेकेंड, मैं कंटिन्यू कर रहा हूँ। किधर गया? ओके, हाँ बस कंटिन्यू करते हैं। Went to Hurley's later and by his own word, he'd hit something at the spot with a garden tool skip. He's a gardener at Woodman's Key, so should I definitely conduct a search? Okay. I guess I have Woodman's Lee. हाँ, कहाँ जाना है?
Madam, we have information that the valuable stolen papers are hidden amongst the garden tools here at Woodman's Lee. We need to find them.
Oh my. Our tools are kept inside the shed that's right behind me. Here is the key to open it.
सब लेके बैठी है.
Thank you, madam. Let's see what could be hidden here.
Let's see. Ooh, floor. किसी ने निकाला है ऐसे.
Let us see what is in this box.
Rotate the. अबे भाई ये क्या है ये? Rotate the lock cylinder to form a complete line. Please note that some lines are deceptive. Okay. भाई ये क्या है ये? What? मैं समझ नहीं पा रहा. Okay. भाई ये क्या है? ये क्या है ये? रुको. Okay. Ooh. Okay, nice. ये तो easy था. Bunch of letters.
A bundle of letters in a woman's hand with the Carey family monogram. Hurtley and Mrs. Carey were in a relationship. That is interesting.
Oh, दोनों का चल रहा था. पर इसने तो बोला कि ये तो जानती ही नहीं है.
Madam, I am aware of your affinity with Liam Hurtley.
Oh, what are you talking about?
झूठ बोल रही है. अरे रोमांटिक को. शिट. तो नीचे वाला था.
Madam, I am aware of your affinity with Liam Hurtley.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Romantic correspondence था.
Mrs. Carey, we found your letters.
My letters? I asked Liam to return them to me. I wanted to burn them.
Why did Mr. Hurtley put them inside the garden shed?
I don't know. I wanted them back, but I couldn't see him, not after what happened.
Well, here they are.
Oh, this is terrible. Terrible. Liam, how could he? After what he has done.
क्या हो गया क्या
You
हो गया?
believe that he killed your husband?
No, I do not know. I do not know. Leave me alone, please.
Thank you, madam. I wonder if Wiggins has managed to find any sailors.
और विगिंस के पास जाना है जो बच्चा था ना. Wait, what? Harmless for flirting. ये क्या है ये? It has been confirmed that Liam Hartley was flirting with and even fell in love, but it didn't go beyond the affectionate, harmless letters involved. Liam Hartley loved Joan so desperately that his jealousy could have provoked him to, I guess, ये था. At least Liam Hartley's relationship with Judy Carey gives him a motive for killing Peter Carey. No. Hartley's innocent. Hartley's presence at Woodman's Lee on the night of the murder explained by his affection toward and the fact that he worked there as a gardener. ये होगा शायद innocent ही होगा. I think so. मुझे तो innocent लग रहा है, बाकी पता नहीं. Innocent ही लग रहा है वो लियाम. पता नहीं. हम घर पे जाते हैं अपने. हमें बच्चे से अब information लेनी है. Begins.
Mr. Holmes, we found the sailors from that list you gave us.
Well done, Wiggins. Let me see.
Okay.
This is interesting. This is... This man is a harpooner, and his initials are PC, the same initials that were found on the tobacco pouch.
इसको देखते हैं.
Wiggins, could you gather some information on one of the sailors that you found? His name is Patrick Cairns.
Sometime later.
We found Patrick Cairns.
Good job, Wiggins. Where is he?
He lives in a small furnished dump of a room, but he's always at the Sea Witch pub, where he does arm wrestles for money and drinks.
Excellent. Here is your reward. 2 guineas.
Wow.
Thank you, sir.
जवानी दे दी. Okay.
If I wish to speak to Cairns without alarming him, I had better dress as a sailor.
कपड़े बदलने पड़ेंगे. बदलते हैं. Bandit farmer morning sailor outfit here.
Now I can approach Cairns and see if he recognizes the pouch.
हमें जाना है पब में। पब में उसको उससे बात करेंगे, उससे पाउच के बारे में पूछेंगे, टोबैको पाउच के बारे में, जो कि मर्डर साइट पे था। किधर है? ये रहा, आर्म रेसल कर रहा है। नहीं नहीं, ये नहीं। ये कौन सा वाला है? ये है क्या? ये नहीं है। ये रहा पैट्रिक। पीले पीले पीले।
Hello there. Are you Cairns?
What do you want?
I've heard all about the gambling on arm wrestling here. You seem like the likely sort, and I'm up for it.
I start at 10 shillings.
ओह,
Suits me.
बैट लगा रहा है। Follow Patrick Kahn's facial expression to understand his moves. Push, restrain, idle. शिट, ये क्या है? ये प्लान पढ़ने तो दे भाई। अरे 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 ये क्या है ये? भाई भाई भाई, ये वो क्यों नहीं रहा? मुझे समझ नहीं आया। प्रेस ये टू पुश। पुश कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है। होल्ड ये टू रिस्ट्रेन। ये मैं समझ रहा हूँ शायद से। नहीं समझ रहा हूँ। पुश कर तो रहा हूँ यार। हरा दिया उसने, वाह। हरा दिया।
That's the arm that killed 100 whales. Care to lose another 10 shillings?
बट मेरे से नहीं हो रहा।
I've had enough. You're too strong.
Come back later when you can use your arms again.
तो भाई मुझे सच में समझ नहीं आया। नहीं यार।
I'm ready.
अब रिस्ट्रेन, रुको। पुश रिस्ट्रेन एंड प्लान योर काउंटर स्ट्रेटजी, पे अटेंशन टू योर स्टैमिना। रिस्ट्रेन, रिस्ट्रेन का मतलब क्या होता है? एक सेकंड, रिस्ट्रेन का मतलब क्या होता है? मुझे देखने दे एक बार। रिस्ट्रेन मीनिंग अ मेजर और कंडीशन दैट कीप्स समवन और समथिंग अंडर कंट्रोल। ये अंडर कंट्रोल करने के लिए। Okay, we're getting there. भाई क्या टट्टी है वे। अब हैट में स्किप कर रहा हूँ। हमने हरा दिया, हमने हरा दिया, हरा दिया, हरा दिया, हरा दिया, देखो हरा दिया। हरा दिया, हरा दिया।
You were lucky. I wasn't focused. Let's go again.
अच्छा जी। अब भाई क्यों? हट, नहीं देखना, तेरा एनालिसिस करेंगे, रुको। मुझे लगा इसी ने मारा है, पता नहीं।
I'm ready to.
ले हरा दिया, देखो हरा दिया, फिर से हरा दिया। इजी।
Well, good for you, I reckon. You're stronger than you look. Here's your 10 shillings.
रुक जा, अभी कहाँ जा
I'd
रहे
like
हैं?
to buy you a drink.
Good winner as well. That's good. Let's
Some
have a drink.
cheers.
You're a good type. Seems you've managed to settle down in life. You've got money, eh?
Not all that much.
Oh, well. At least you're not as poor as me.
Why do you say poor? You're not working?
I'm a harpooner. But you see, the whalers are rare. They don't pay much. So, as a result, find myself arm wrestling to pay for my drink.
A harpooner. Interesting. You've had a lot of adventures, I bet.
Of course. It's been a dozen years since I've sailed. I've seen everything. Old Wallace, damn Black Peter, Great Roger. We sailed to the Cape of Good Hope.
Black Peter, you say? I've heard rumors about that one.
He was the worst of them all. He was a liar and violent too, swinging those fists of his around. He was a tyrant and not much of a captain. At least, not as good as Great Roger.
I see. Yes. I was told terrible tales about Black Peter.
But you ain't heard the worst.
Tell me, and let's have another drink.
It was in 1883 that it happened.
Information
In
निकाल रहा है।
August of that year, Peter Carey was captain of the Sea Unicorn, and I was a spare harpooner. We were coming out of the ice pack on our way home. One evening, we saw a little craft that had been blown north. There was only one man on her, and he wasn't a sailor. The crew must have thought that she'd foundered, and they made for the Norwegian coast in the dinghy. I guess they all drowned. We took the man on board.
And who was he?
I don't know. During the crossing, he and the skipper enjoyed some long talks. His baggage was just a tin box.
That's strange enough.
Aye. Even stranger was that on the second night, he disappeared. Nobody knew what happened to him. And of course, nobody could ask Black Peter about it.
You know what happened, don't you?
I do. I saw the skipper tie his heels and push him over the rail in the middle of my watch on that dark night. 2 days before we sighted the Shetland Lights.
Black Peter's a murderer.
Aye. Those that know him wouldn't be surprised to hear it. But all this must stay between us. All right?
Of course. Back in a second. I'm off to the Kazi.
I'll be here with my drink.
Remind owner of the pouch.
Here it is. Have you got any tobacco? I've run out of mine.
Nah, I lost my pouch. I don't know where. Wait a minute. What's this?
Emilia, Emilia.
Oh, is this your tobacco pouch?
Well, oh, it is.
Well, I have to go now. I know a captain who's planning an expedition to Cape Cod. Captain Ahab's his name. He commanded the Pequod. He might need good harpooners. I'll tell him about you.
Maybe. If you like, aye.
I'm done here. It's time to leave.
ओके पाउच काउंटर मिल गया अभी क्या करना है Acer's counter that pouch belongs to him. This means that he was at the scene of murder and this pouch proves visit. Khan has confirmed that the pouch belongs to him. This means that he was at the scene of the murder but doesn't mention it. हाँ ये सही है हाँ अभी क्या करना है अभी जाकर स्कॉटलैंड यार्ड एक बार
I'm not saying.
The two. Old Nab.
कुछ नहीं है अभी भी
Leave me alone, please.
अबे क्या है इसे
You met Patrick Cairns, the harpooner? Do you believe...
This is my archive. My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
क्या करना है
You met Patrick Cairns, the harpooner? Do you believe...
समझ नहीं आ रहा
You met Patrick.
शिट करना क्या है क्योंकि सारी जगह तो फुल हो गई. जॉन नेलिगन समझ नहीं आ रहा कहाँ जाना है अब.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
These are the suspects. I want.
Ooh.
No, that's not it.
लिखा है ना इसमें क्या लिखा था कैपिटल क्या लिखा है नंबर सीपी अच्छा कोई नंबर इसमें लिखा है 03478539 8539 नहीं है 0347
No, that's not it. No, no,
सवाल है
no, no, no. Now,
ये कैसे मतलब हुआ समझ नहीं आया breaking number enter कर दो 9 the floor of the victim's bed okay Ooh. John Elligan could have caught stealing the bond certificates. This might have been a motive for him to open. John Elligan is a victim of circumstance. He does not fit the portrait of the murder either by physical innocence. तो है यार ये चूज करेगा कि वो innocent है भाई वो obviously
I'm not saying another word.
please escort this suspect for interrogation.
ये तो बच्चा तो ये तो innocent है
Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, what exactly were you hoping to find inside Peter Carey's cabin?
I was trying to find some information about my father.
father's jacket bond certificate
I assume you had another purpose, to retrieve the bond certificates. Am I correct?
Yes. I discovered some time ago that a few of the missing securities had reappeared on the London market. You can imagine my amazement. I spent months trying to find them, and at last I discovered that the original seller had been Captain Peter Carey. These papers, they belong to my family, but I could not find them there.
That's all for now. Well, I will see you soon, young man.
क्या करना है
I'm not saying.
What am I doing here?
अपन जाते हैं वापस से इधर शायद उस औरत से बात करनी है Don't tell me baby रो रही है ये
Leave me
अबे भाई ऑप्शन में तो कुछ नहीं है। कुछ नहीं खाली found like or please proceed to the direction space and form your conclusion. Oh, conclusion. Solve the case by cons. इस इसमें guilty है. Patrick Prince's cold-blooded murderer. He's been found guilty of the murder of Peter Carey and must be punished. Killed Peter Carey, but the murder was not premeditated. It was in self-defense against an armed and irrational drunken sailor. क्या करूँ मैं, मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा भाई, मुझे सच में समझ नहीं आ रहा इसका कंक्लूजन क्या निकालूँ मैं माइंड फक है ये।
You met Patrick Cairns, the harpooner. Do you believe he's the murderer?
क्या करना चाहिए, रुको यार। I क्या करना चाहिए? आई गेस ये होना चाहिए। उसने शायद सेल्फ डिफेंस भी किया होगा शायद से, जहाँ तक मुझे है। गिल्टी तो नहीं होगा पूरी तरीके से वो।
Good afternoon. I must be at the wrong address. I'd like to speak with a ship's captain, a Captain Ahab. Is that you?
No, my name is Sherlock Holmes.
That detective fella? So, you wanted to see me?
That is correct. We need to talk.
About what?
About Black Peter, who was killed in his own hut with a harpoon.
You know, don't you?
Yes.
How?
The tobacco pouch. You recognized it.
Oh, the sailor. It was you. Unbelievable. Well, fine. I confess. But if you really do know everything, you should also know that I didn't want to kill him. He
देखो
made me do it.
वो
I
ड्रंकन
know.
सेंस उसने शायद
Did you know about
अनकॉन्शियस
this
इसमें की होगा।
story with the bond certificates? Did you need money?
Yeah. I just wanted him to cough up a little silver. I'm out of work, and I thought maybe he could help me. Well, he refused outright, and he insulted me. I reminded him I knew all about that murder he committed at sea. Then he got mad when I spoke about his treasure. I barely just had time to throw the harpoon at him before he could jump at me with his knife. You know the truth. What will you do now?
I ask that you return the bond certificates. Keep some of them. You will need them in your exile. It is better that you leave the country for a few years.
And you won't say anything to the police?
I will not say anything as long as you return the money.
Well,
ओह,
I'll do as you ask. But what about Inspector Lestrade?
I will deal with him. Goodbye.
इसको भगा रहा है कंट्री से। सम टाइम लेटर, ओके नाइस।
It's good that you asked me to come, Mr. Holmes. We do need to talk.
About what?
What do you mean? Our case, Mr. Holmes. You sent me a message via your little thug,
His name is Wiggins, Inspector.
telling me that the case is solved. Well, Mr. Holmes, tell me, who is our murderer and where is he?
The morgue.
Eh?
His name is, or rather was, Pablo Coventrao.
वो अपनी
He
स्टोरी
was
बना रहा है।
also on the ship with Peter Carey, and he was a harpooner. I'll tell you everything, Inspector, but do calm down. Mrs. Hudson will bring us tea and orange cake.
Orange cake? You're spoiling me, Mr. Holmes. That's my favourite.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. Inspector Lestrade told me that I should thank you for clearing my name. He also said that you were waiting for me here. I came as fast as I could. I cannot thank you enough. It is all because of you that this nightmare is finally over.
I believe that this belongs to you.
My father's securities. Incredible. But how did you get them?
It would take far too long to explain.
Tell me. This is extraordinary. You are a genius.
Then that may serve as an explanation. Goodbye, Mr. Nelligan, and good luck.
Okay, case solve
Goodbye,
खत्म
Mr.
चल निकलो.
Holmes. And thank you. 1,000 times thank you.
Case solve निकलो निकलो निकलो. Okay, Peter. ये conclusion है. Peter Carey was murdered by Patrick Carnes, a professional harpooner, the only one capable of executing such an accurate throw. His tobacco pouch was found inside Carey's cabin, but the murder was in self-defense against an armed and furious drunken sailor. Okay, conclusion. Carnes is guilty, moral choice absolute. अब इसका देखते हैं कि conclusion. Okay. सही तो है. सही है सही है सही है सही है. ग्रीन आ रहा है मतलब सही है. सही है. Warning, you're about to finish the case. Okay. Yes. बढ़िया था. Sympathize. क्या लिखा है ये? अबे sympathizing. हाँ. People solve the case the same way. Okay, मतलब 80% chance है. We won. Easy. ओके तो मेरे अभी नहीं, ये केस 2 स्टार्ट हो रहा है मुझे पता है, बट अभी नहीं. अभी कैसा करते हैं कि इस चैप्टर के लिए इतने ही रखते हैं, इस केस के लिए, क्योंकि केस 1 ख़त्म हो चुका है. केस 2 हम अगले बार से स्टार्ट करेंगे. ठीक है. केस 2 हम अगले वीडियो से स्टार्ट करेंगे. फाइनली केस 1 ख़त्म. नाइस.